All right, welcome. Welcome to this post-lunch presentation. Thank you for being here still. And thanks to all our volunteers, organizers, and sponsors for making this conference happen. I'll be talking about a bit of a traffic and robots and AI in my presentation. So I'm from Brisbane. I'm a software engineer at Tomato Elephant Studio. If you followed origami animal, you can win a little prize in the end of the day if you're still here, if you're not flying back or rushing back to your hometown. So let's have a look at the agenda today. So we'll be trying to find and identify the robots. We'll try to find what are the robots, which kinds of robots are there, and we'll try to mitigate those bots. And that scene will be self-explanatory. Have you received an email like that from Cloudflare or from your other CDN? 75% of your traffic is automated. No, no way, that's impossible. The problem is as well, they don't really show any links or anything that you can go and try to find out what's this traffic, what do they count automated traffic. So they just send it to you and it's like, here you go, now go investigate. Well, that must be all these evil AI bots that they say. But let's first investigate before pointing the finger. So the usual traffic for this particular Drupal website, there's two websites that I have. They're very similar, but they have slightly different traffic. But its usual traffic pattern will be for Australian-based users. So it's minimal activity at night at the Australian time, lots of activity during the day, especially after the email newsletter is sent out, so people are looking what's happening. And also it's a very mobile-first, mobile-friendly interface. So usually we have about 75+% of the traffic from mobile devices. So this is how it looks like. Yeah, you have people sleeping between 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. and then 10 a.m. or 7 p.m. you have a spike after some newsletter arrives and things like that. So this is about 3 days of traffic. And that's mostly mobile phones because everyone just scrolling everywhere. So, but what did they actually get? Unknown browser and Ireland. Hello? And this is how Ireland showed up in Google Analytics. So this particular bot actually was really trying to get in, and they were executing. They were not even caught by Google Analytics because usually Google Analytics filters out all the bots as well. But the traffic was kind of spiky, and spiky is not in a time when email is sent out or any other times. So that was one portal, and this is another portal that showed up with Norway, and it's consistent traffic throughout the day, all the time. It's like now, obviously, there is not like so much interest in this Australian content from Norway, so like all the times of the day. United States is also questionable, but mostly it's different types of bots sitting there. So what's happening? Yeah, Norway, Ireland, possibly America. And the Norway was not visible in Google Analytics. So get your full picture from access logs. Let's know all our bots. We have known bots, the good bots, and not so good bots, but they're all known. So we got search crawlers, AI crawlers, archivers, social media crawlers like Facebooks and things like that, application bots and crawlers if you're using SEMrush or other analytics. You've got uptime monitoring bots or security scanners and things like that. So the known bots usually have identifiable user agent. You can quickly look up where they come from. They usually follow robots.txt as well, except for Facebook bot, but that's a bit different story. And they have predictable behavior. They just crawl pretty much all the time, depending on how much content you have. And the evil bots, so those scrapers and spiders, they go through unusual location and spiked volume requests, and it takes a bit of effort to identify them as well. And those are the commercial data gatherers or unauthorized AI bots. So this particular bot had this user agent. It looks legit, but it's a user agent from 2014. And I'm questioning Cloudflare because they haven't marked this, like that constant stream of traffic, and they didn't ask me. It's like, oh, do you think this might be questionable traffic from Norway? Yeah. So don't trust their monitoring tools. And it's a game whack-a-mole. So you ban bot or you add a bit of a challenge to them. There will be a spike, and they'll try to, so there was 15,000 requests without mitigation, and only 1,000 requests after it's like, oh, okay, they blocked us. We need to find the other way of attacking this site. So yeah, goodbye Norway and Ireland. This is not Eurovision. We don't really need you. Have you tried a canary trick to try to catch a bot? So you'll put some sort of link to your sitemap, and it only will be available in the sitemap. There is no links to it from the rest of the website. Humans will not be able to find it unless they look into your sitemap and say, "Ooh, what's this?" But all the bots who are reading the sitemaps, they'll hit it, and you'll say, "Haha, found you." So we can manage a bit of bot traffic. The good bots, the search bots, just let them crawl, but also not too much. You could add crawl delay. It's unofficial. Google ignores it, but Bing actually takes it into account. Also, bots load all your JavaScript and all your images, the search crawlers. So you might be willing to lazy load your third-party JavaScript like Google Maps to reduce your bill shocks. That also happens to some sites. And anything else that might be paper hit. AI assistants and crawlers. Just review what do they do on your website and what kind of benefit they bring you back. So obviously BinBot and Googlebot bring a lot of referrals, but ByteDance crawls everything and doesn't do any referrals. So basically I blocked all the ByteDance and TikTok stuff. It's a very low quality bot, and because this website has a lot of shares on Facebook, so obviously Meta doesn't even have to crawl it, and they have a lot of referrals back. So the CDNs, if you use CDNs, hopefully you use CDNs, they provide quite a lot of tools to ban specific bots. Cloudflare has Superbot fighting mode, so you can just enable it with one click. It does a bit, but it doesn't actually identify the bots that are from Norway pretending to live in 2014. Also, you can enable something like MD Markdown file transformation from HTML, so that will save you a bit of a bandwidth on all the HTML tags when all the text will just go to AI bots as a Markdown. And there is a module for that in Drupal, Markdownify. Try that. And also you can update your robots.txt if you want to target AI bots and what kind of content you serve them. So this is where we go to LLMs.txt. That's just a screenshot of how to enable Cloudflare super bot fighting mode. Enable everything. There's a bit of more configuration, depends on your levels of subscription. So LLMs, is anyone using LLMs on their websites? Drupal.org doesn't use it, Dries website doesn't use it. It's not used automatically by bots, so you have to point them to this LLMs.txt in robots. It's sort of an emerging standard, and it's just your curated content so that the robots, the AI bots, will not hit your whole websites. They'll just use the LLMs. But obviously, other language models might ignore robots.txt altogether. So also it helps if you have lots of ads or navigation. So the AI bots will just exclude that. And if we have AI initiative, what about no AI initiative? Can we go back to 2021? So I've been involved in Pastel Society of Australia. So it's lots of artists who are sort of questioning now, so what's the value of art at the moment and how to protect your art from the bots imitating it. So this is one little no AI project on GitHub. It's just a collection of all the all the AI bots that are circulating at the moment. So it's not a really fighting AI bots. There is a HTML standard proposals. They're not really official proposals, but possibly they will get somewhere if people will start voting for them. So for example, adding attributes to image tags, adding meta tags to your content, saying no AI specifically, it's not official. And also HTTP header, no AI. So this initiative was created by DeviantArt because they were, as a platform for hosting lots of artwork, they were actually scraping artwork of their clients. And the clients were like, or the users were like, no, we don't really want to be scraped. What can we do about it? And this eternal question, art versus AI. You've probably heard about New York Times versus OpenAI Microsoft case that's still ongoing. The Getty images are getting angry with AI. And just last year, a federal judge said, oh yeah, if you didn't file a copyright for your painting in AI, in America, in the United States, then you can't claim copyright for it. So they just throw the case out. It's slightly different in Australia and I guess New Zealand as well for the copyrighted material. So the system was designed from the start against artists and content creators. We can try to do some anti-AI offensive. And maybe if you've heard about this research, so Glaze. So the challenge, especially for visual art, is how to embed some sort of distortion or watermarks so LLMs cannot understand it or imitate that. Unfortunately, for writers, dancers, music producers, that's a different story. So we have Glaze that was created in University of Chicago. So that protects the style imitation. So as you can see on the example, after the glaze, LLM cannot really reproduce the style of the artist. And it also apparently works with post-processing photos, images, or screenshot of the image. Another one is Nightshade. So Nightshade is more offensive. It will, when LLM reads it, and if it's a cat, the LLM will think it's a dog or a cow or something different. But it's a losing battle. So there was a proposal in 2024 or 23 overlay. So it's like you're on the phone, you'll have an app that will obfuscate your photos from LLMs. It's not active since 2024. Also, another research missed that also creates some sort of watermark on the image so that LLM will reproduce it, but it will have lots of distortions. Also no updates, and there was an anti-glaze, and Nightshade was defeated by Lightshed. So it's like cat and mouse game, and it's kind of we're on the DRM side from early 2000s. Yeah, so there's more investment into AI rather than into defeating into AI defense. So the moral of the story, AI is here and it will read your content, so you just need to define your content strategy for AI ingestion. If you want to convert your content into Markdown or LLM TXT, review your robots TXT, remove those robots, those AIs that are not high value, just get rid of them, but you have to tell them which ones you need to remove. So whitelist AI bots and blacklist the bad bots. Make sure your JavaScript, especially the paid one, is not loaded for the robots. Monitor your traffic, set up alerts, things like that. Try the canary trick. See if you'll catch any bots that will take the bait. And also there was a good talk from Sean from day one about how to fight bots. So it actually goes into a deeper level, into more networking level. And thank you. If you got any questions, let me know.